The literal best business advice that I can give you is to switch up on your day ones. Now you're thinking, how does this make any sense? Okay, you click the video, you're like, what are you talking about? Well, here's the thing. Your day ones are not actually the people who you're gonna make it to the end game with. And all I want you to do, it's like a simple exercise. Go and look around you, right? Go on Instagram. Look at the first 5 people you've sent reels to, or maybe you like sent reels back and forth. Which one of them do you imagine has the exact same life plan as you? Let's make it even easier. Not even exact same, like 80% the same. Now, which one of these people is going to put in the same effort as you, have the same schedule as you, want to live in the same country as you? Okay, maybe you still have one person, right? And now there's one guy or girl is going to get a romantic partner and leave everything behind, forget that you ever existed, right? This is this is a story that a lot of us unfortunately face in the realm of business is people get into relationships. There's nothing inherently wrong with that, but if somebody, for example, abandons a long-lasting friendship or something like this to pursue a relationship, you got to think, did you mean anything to them, or were you just the right person at the right time? The kind of opposite of the wrong person at the wrong time, which is what people say in relationship terms. Okay, if that's not eliminated your whole list of 5, great. But this one is really gonna get you. If you suddenly became a millionaire in a week's time, are you 100% certain that one of these people, all of them, or one of them, will be happy for you and not have a single negative thought about you? Like, I mean, like legit happiness, like true happiness, like they're over the moon, like the type of happiness that people feel when they have like their first child, or you know, some people go crazy about a new year or something like that. You probably are answering no. It's a wild guess. And that's what I mean. You got to switch up on your day ones. It's not even a choice. It's just it's going to naturally happen anyway. So you have to just cut it off quicker if you wanna make it to the end. You got to start. There's a saying that everybody butchers, and I don't know who the person who made the saying is, but it's you become like the average of the closest people you hang out with. Some people say 5, some people say 10, whatever. But you basically are the product of the kind of mashup of personalities and interests and everything of the people that you hang out with the most, which obviously makes sense because we're humans, we're social animals, we're socially conditioned into many things, good or bad. You got peer pressure, you got motivation. For example, think in a team sport, right? On a 1v1 in a football game, you might be less motivated than you are in like a 11 aside or 5 aside or whatever, right? And especially with the World Cup going on right now, think about this. These guys have a team objective to do, and that's probably why they're playing harder. I can almost guarantee you that they're playing harder at the World Cup than they are, for example, on like a 1v1 with their friends, unless there's some kind of bet on or something, because they've got like a shared goal, right? So that can work positively and negatively, that kind of shared goal approach. Because if you've got your group of 5, yeah, and you're one of these people and the other are 4, and the general consensus in the group is that the goal is to like smoke a bunch of weed and eat pizza and like binge Netflix or like go clubbing and smoke weed or whatever. I know I did a double weed there, but these are one take videos, so you're gonna have to listen. But imagine that that's the kind of group goal, yeah. And your goal is, don't know, Dubai or Thailand or America or Russia or China or Poland or wherever you want to go, let's say, and you want to have 5 cars and you want to have a helicopter and you want to, I don't know, random goal. Let's say if you don't want that, maybe you want to have like a farm, or you want to be a game developer and you don't actually care about money, but you just want your game to reach a lot of people, for example, and you want to make a cool game. Um, or for example, you want to work at a zoo and you literally want to make less than minimum wage, but all you care about is contributing to like wildlife research or something like that. And you start off working at a zoo, like picking up like monkey poo, and then you scrape together your savings, and your goal is to go on some kind of cool expedition to a jungle and have like some kind of snail named after you. Yeah. that's all cool and good. But imagine having friends that don't like give a shit about animals, for example. At one point or another, you're gonna have to decide what's more important, whether like you want to hang out with these weed guys or you want to go and pursue that snail in the jungle. And maybe that's a weird analogy because I like snails. Funny enough, I pick them up and move them out of the way if I see them. I feel very bad if I crush them in the night. Obviously, I don't just stand on them randomly. But you're kind of getting what I'm pointing at, hopefully. And it kind of goes into everything. It's not just like goals, it's like the bad things as well. So a lot of people, I'm gonna get taken down. So a lot of people get peer pressured into, for example, drinking when they're young, yeah, and going partying and things like that. If your friend group is full of people who are entrepreneurs, for example, and all you care about is making that Wi-Fi bread, probably you're going to be more kind of leaning towards trying to copy your friends or making that Wi-Fi bread. So surround yourself with people who do things which you want to do and you're comfortable with, because it's all cool and good that, you want to, for example, be an entrepreneur. But if you're surrounding yourself with like the kind of toxic entrepreneur guys that like lean up against the Maybachs and do all the LARPing videos and then they're clubbing into Miami nightclub and blah 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 blah, yeah, cool, you'll be rich and stuff, but you'll be like empty inside, so it doesn't matter. Like imagine you've got like four claviculars and you like what the hell are you doing, buddy? Like, you're gonna wake up and it's just like four of them staring at you and being like, you gotta get your jawline in check, buddy. Unless that's your thing, of course, but probably it isn't. And the thing is, why did they say you gotta switch up on your day one specifically? A, because I knew the video would get clicks, so that's A. But B is because usually our friend group comes from school, for example, and for a lot of us, the friend group that we choose, we don't actually get to choose because we're not the cool kids. We're just kind of, on the side. Everybody's kind of in the middle. Um, I was like in the lower middle, I guess. I wasn't like the victim of any bullying or anything like that. Well, maybe a little bit, but nothing insane. I was in a kind of like gamer crowd, and then I kind of started hanging out with like the kind of like stoner guys, and the kind of that was like a little like mix, I guess, in between. Um, and at some point, I realized that like some people I hanged out with were just kind of like not on the same level. Not even that, because it's not like I was doing anything of importance back then at all, actually. But the more I hanged out with like some types, I just realized I'm gonna achieve absolutely nothing. And they still didn't have it down to like saying to people straight up, like being honest with them, like Alex Hormozy says to do. Like one of the best things you can do is be honest to people. I mean brutally honest. Like if you don't want to go to somebody's birthday party, just say, "Hey, I don't really want to go to this." Don't say, "Oh, I'm busy. I got this." People can see through your BS, first of all, and second of all, like leave some kind of emotional drain on you, like lying to somebody about something that's definitely important to them, but maybe not to you. It makes you feel even worse if you're lying about it to get out of it. Unless you don't feel bad, then you're not human. But back to the point at hand is we're kind of stuck with these friend groups that we're socially just kind of shoved into because you see some kind of interest that you have in common. And for example, for me, it was gaming. And as you know, a lot of people who game are just sitting and like gooning at home all day, and that's literally all they do. And then some types who are gamers go ahead and become engineers. Some of them become game devs. Like literally, what happened in like my like ex friend group, like the day ones, I suppose, which I literally left behind. Like nobody hangs out anymore whatsoever. And what happened to me specifically is they all were like, I suppose, not cool enough to like hang out with the cool kids or get girls or whatever, which is what they wanted to do. And sorry if I'm calling you out, but none of you watch my videos, so it doesn't really matter. Um, and they all started like drinking. They were like fucking drink maxing. They were going to all these parties and stuff, but not the cool parties. They're kind of like degen parties, like the kind of degen parties. And I partook in that kind of later on. I did like PUA and stuff like that, more tactically. I had another friend who like introduced me to like Derek More Plates More Dates and all that, and that's a whole different story for another video. But I really didn't like the idea of drinking when we had like our exams coming up and we were still young. Obviously, I did not do it underage. I'm being serious. I didn't. I did hit the douche flute a few times for a jewel. That mango ice was pretty crazy, but I definitely did not do any drinking. and I still don't to this day. I think I've not drank in like 5 years. But that was like a massive difference between me and my then friends. And I was like not quite ready. I wasn't quite leveled up enough as a person. Like I wasn't leveled up enough as a human to just kind of let them go. If you guys know what I mean, like I suppose I didn't feel worthy enough to like go get new friends. I didn't think I could, and for some reason, everybody when you're young, you kind of need social validation because let's say you make a bunch of money when you're like 16. What are you going to spend it on realistically? Like a moped or something? And what are you going to like fill? I don't know. It just feels like when we were younger, there was nothing to do. Not even like with money or without money. It's like when you're young, you have to like listen to everything your parents say and your teachers, and you have to go to school and blah 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 blah. It's not like you have this unlocked free roam where you can actually do things with your time or with your money or with your skills or whatever. So you kind of only have like hang out with friends to do. So I suppose losing friends seems like a terrible, terrible thing back then. Basically what I'm getting to is I have lived through this, and life has got significantly better ever since I basically ditched the day ones, like the boys. Like we literally had a Discord server called The Boys Limited. We thought that we are gonna make like this big company together and do everything, but then it never happened. Like let me tell you what's going on, because I speak to like one of these people still, um, and I don't really know how, but we do. Out of I don't know, like six or whatever. But this is what's happening to everybody, I think. So right now, me obviously in front of the camera, somebody else is like a game developer, somebody else has failed med school like 3 times from what I know. Another person is like doing programming, but I think they're working at a supermarket. I'm not sure. Um, Another person is like missing in action. Another has like a good engineering job, like 9 to 5 type stuff. And what do? I run a business. So the only person out of that literal whole group that ended up doing what we thought we were all gonna do is me. And I can only imagine what would have happened if I hanged out with like the people I hang out now back then. It would have been insane. It would have been like a 5x multiplier because basically imagine every idea that you have, right? You've got 4 more or 5 more or 10 more, however many friends you have coming in. And let me tell you something. The time that I made the best friends and like the people that I trust, I suppose, and I would ask for advice. A, I've spent 200 times less time with them than I have with like the day ones. B, I've met them randomly. So like the most random thing is the way that I met these people, like the people that I'm friends with currently, I suppose, is basically a lot of them for business, for doing business. One of my best friends, we had a business together, and then it's not obviously a thing anymore, but we went our separate ways. We still speak. And even if we didn't speak for a long time, we still speak. We have a cool plan coming up. Maybe it'll be some nice content actually. But for example, this friend I made after I left day ones and after I realized what I actually care about and that I'm only going to talk to people who kind of literally have the exact same kind of outlook on life as me. Like not just like one interest. It literally has to just line up perfectly. Like people have to be kind of on tune with I don't know, like literally the standards now are you have to have the same interests, you have to care about making something of yourself. You can't just be like a lazy mole man. You can't be doing drugs. You can't be like drinking every weekend. Like the list seems so strict and so many like things I'm asking for. But the thing is, these people exist and they've like come into my life without me asking even. It's like I posted something on Instagram, somebody that followed me will like show a little like muscle emoji, you know. Oh my god, it looks so small. Ooh, that's better. So they'll post like a little muscle emoji, and then that's it. Next time they'll post something, I'll hit a like, and then blah blah blah. And then we're talking, then we're hitting the gym together, and then we're like sending clients each other's ways. Because for example, we have like different companies, and that's like a real thing. It's not hard. Like it's not hard. Like once you start actually expressing to the world what you care about, or I suppose this is a term that I'm going to come up with is hobby maxing. People, I'm going to make a video called hobby maxing soon. Um, People like gravitate towards you, like the right people. And the thing is, when you're with the wrong people, you push away the right people. Because if you're in a group of like weird, like degen gamer guys who are gooning all day and like they smell like jizz, and you know, you're gonna repel not only like girls, you're gonna repel any of the other guys who you would have been great friends with, but they just probably think you're some kind of degen loser. You know what I mean? So let me tell you what happened basically after. I've already kind of hinted at it that I've like made different friends and everything, but the amount of focus that you have after you don't have to like impress people that you don't care about and they don't care about you is insane. Like being able to post what you want online. Right, I'll say this. I'm making this on a channel that is now publicly known by like people that live where I live. It doesn't matter. You know, I'm doing what I want to do. And the people who I'm friends with now won't judge me. The people who I used to be friends with, they judge me. I literally couldn't care. Like I couldn't care because A, like realistically I'm doing better at all of them, so I can post whatever I want. B, I just don't care. Like 13-year-old me cares, but you know, me right here, just it doesn't matter. Like I can speak to a camera if I want. Why? Because I've managed to do something with my life, and in my spare time, I can actually make YouTube videos and go to the gym and all this like stuff. And you know, for example, I keep fish. Like I've got an aquarium there. It's not in the shop, but I keep fish just for fun. Like if I was working some like slave job at a factory or a shop or something, I probably wouldn't have the mental capacity to keep little tiny underwater creatures and keep their water parameters right and all that stuff. I have this like autistic hobby, right? So yeah, this is going on my kind of like main channel that has the same name as my Instagram and stuff like that, which is like what I like girls and dudes and everybody knows, like people from school and people from jobs and everything, they all know it, and it doesn't matter, right? Like once you're around the right people, you don't care what you put forward because they're not going to judge you for it. That's the important part. And I'll tell you this little anecdote to end this video, which probably should be the start, but maybe I'll cut a little bit in. Me and one of my friends, which I'm still friends with to this day, which ironically was kind of a day one, but wasn't. That's the thing. We were kind of day ones in school, and then me and him went to different like colleges or universities in the UK. And then we kind of reignited like our friendship when we tried to start a business together, right? So let me tell you something. We tried to start a business together. We actually did make some sales. It was in the kind of peak Shopify era. Well, not peak, it was kind of like beginning Shopify era. So 2018, 19, 20 kind of time, right before COVID. We were selling wooden watches, which was a little bit of a craze back then. We made some sales. Our first sale was in America and we were in Scotland, so that was insane to us. All I'm gonna tell you guys, if I knew what I know now about Facebook ads, I'd probably be low-key a millionaire because our ad campaign, I'm not joking, was £5 for the month. And it was one like carousel of Instagram photos that we took at the beach and put some ugly ass filters on them. Like we put really ugly filters on them. And these watches were just shipped straight from Alibaba. Like no logo, no nothing, no white label. It was just our like name on a box that we bought off eBay, put some hay in it, put like I'll get a picture up on the screen for you guys. And we made sales. And that was so cool. And we had like an hour phone call and then an hour, probably like five. I both decided entrepreneurship is what we want to do. We're both at uni at this time, so we're both trying to like get our degrees, and it was just first year uni. We both realized like, what the hell are we doing, like partying and stuff? Like, I think I watched a video by somebody on YouTube, and I was like, check this out, we should do this. And why did I speak to that person in particular? Was because I remember like they were kind of into the same things as me back in school, but they weren't really like integrating like kind of gamer like loser group. They were actually trying to get things done with their life, and I thought I'm gonna try to just like contact them out of nowhere. And we like sparked, and we still speak to this day. And it's crazy because I like run my own business. This guy right now is like doing like high level engineering, okay? But anyway, back to what we were doing with the watches. There's like a picture on screen right now. And we did that. And though we made like no money, it was like a first taste of entrepreneurship. And then we tried many more companies after that. We tried many different things. We had an office, blah, blah, blah. We were like flipping cars. We were flipping stuff on Facebook Marketplace. We sold DVDs. Right, and that's like a real legit friendship because we had the same interests, we pursued them, we like pushed each other up. And I realized that my other friends have never done that, I suppose. And back to what I meant to say from the very beginning is my day ones. switched up on me way before I switched up on them. So remember the guy that I talked about from uni, who I started the company with and sold the wooden watches with. The pet market was going insane back then. So when we ran out of our money from watches, we took our profit or whatever. And then we decided, okay, we're going to go serious this time. We're going to start drop shipping white label pet goods, right? He had a guinea pig, I had a dog. We named the company after my guinea my guinea pig, after my dog and his guinea pig. We had a cool website. This was before Wix and all this stuff. We had to manually like code this website. So this is back in the day, right before any of you guys. This is before Fortnite, okay? This is prehistoric times. Like drop shipping wasn't a thing that you bought a course for. It was just deep. It was insane ball knowledge back then, okay? Like we were sitting there like hitting like the jewel, not a vape, a jewel to like concentrate. We didn't like we didn't like this is we didn't even have like Young LA and whatever. Like I don't even know how to tell you guys. We had like iPhone 7s or whatever, like iPhone 8s. Okay, that's a bit too far. I think it was like iPhone X that was out back then. But I remember like running the website was hard because of hardware like limitations to make all the animation and stuff. Not because internet was slow, it's because I had like a shitty gaming laptop that I used for uni, right? But anyway, the day one switched up on me so hard, and I still stayed friends with them. And let me tell you how they switched up on me, yeah? We put up this website with the goods, and we already put some money down to buy some of the white label stuff that was going to come in, and we were going to just keep it at like my friend's parents' house and then send it out from there. And obviously, if you know a thing about drop shipping, you know that probably one of the better things to do is to have some inventory in stock in like a warehouse so you can deliver quickly, get a lot of good reviews, and then you kind of slow down your shipping time. And then it's a bit of a scummy tactic, but that's what everybody did back then. Is you get like 10 units, for example, you farm some nice reviews, and then you start doing like 7-day shipping or 14 or even 30 for some companies, but we were aiming for like 7 or something. um we basically put this website up and everything, and we thought, okay, so the watches, let me tell you about the watches nobody knew. That's where we should have stopped. Nobody knew about the watches. Literally no one knew that we were doing this. Yeah, the mistake I made with the pet one is I told the day ones. We put it up on social media, we said, look, we're doing this. I know what's crazy is we got a lot of likes from people who like didn't speak to us in school. We got a lot of likes, especially from girls that never spoke to us because obviously pets, haha, funny, cute, whatever. My dog is a toy poodle. I'll bring up a picture. So that was pretty cool. I was farming clips of him on Instagram before Reels was a thing, by the way. It was just posts and videos and was making crazy numbers for back then to get like 1,000 likes on a dog picture was insane. My friend's guinea pig, I think, made like 80,000 likes. This is back when follow for follow work. This is back when like theme pages were a thing on Instagram. But basically, we put this up, yeah, and everybody knew about it. We made the mistake of having an unmoderated review section, but because it was like an official review provider, I can't remember who it was, but it was some kind of official review website, which was it was a plugin on our website. We couldn't, as the owner, just delete the reviews and hide them. They were there, and that was in a way to have authenticity because a lot of websites have fake reviews. So we wanted like legit reviews and a legit like third party review tool where only a different moderator can delete the reviews. So basically, literal first thing that happens is we're getting no sales, and we're wondering like what's going on, and we look at the website, and there's these reviews which are literally saying like, "I hope your guinea pig gets graped," and uh, like and then they were like, "I hope it dies," and then just some like I don't know. Imagine like the worst things that you could say about someone's pet, right? And there was like that. And I thought, what the hell is this? Who wrote this? And I looked at the username and I was like, oh, this username is an inside joke from our Discord server. I know who this is. And then guess what? When I'm like, I just went onto the Discord and I spoke to the dudes and I was like, okay, can you like take it down because it's not funny. Like, who did it? And then they just laughed. And they were like, "Oh, it doesn't matter because it's not serious anyway." I was like, "What do you mean?" And they're just like, "It doesn't matter. You're not gonna make any money. Like, what are you doing? You're just wasting time. Like, go back on Discord, come play games. Like it's not even a big deal." They were like, "It's not even a big deal." And now I was just thinking like, well, I don't know what I was thinking back then, but what I'm thinking now is like, of course it's a big deal. It's like the biggest thing in my life right now. It's like this online business thing, which is taking off, and I'm trying to get into a niche that just emerged, and I can make some good money. And I care about animals. I like animals. I've always loved animals. I love going to the zoo, and but obviously only ones that do conservatory work. I don't like just zoos that are there for the money, unless they're donating some kind of cause, to do with animals. Then that's kind of okay. But aside from me liking zoos, um, it was something. It wasn't like super passion, but it was something I was interested in. I wanted to learn more and do online business and stuff. And the other guy was like a good friend of mine, and we wanted to do it together. And then the day ones just decided that no, playing games and smoking weed and whatever the hell and gooning is what you need to do. So it's like the moment you kind of fly above the limits of your initial friend group, then you'll see if they're the right people or not. Because if you overtake them all and start doing better, start trying new things, and they try to do new things with you, that's fine. But if they do some shit like what happened to me, which is of the reviews, you gotta just switch up on the day ones. You gotta just literally tell them to like eat shit and that's it. And you're not friends anymore because like what the hell, you know? So I'm gonna leave you with that story. And hopefully that explains to you why you should switch up on your day ones. And obviously it's, you know, each to their own. Your situation might be different, but usually the thing is your day ones are people that you're stuck with because of kind of like school friendship groups. And you gotta just realize that that's not all there is to the world. And the quicker you get past that like weird high school mindset, you're gonna do so much better because there's tons of people that are gonna hang out with you out there. And even if you're like a weird loner type like me, trust me, people are still gonna be blowing up your inbox to like hang out and stuff. Like for example, yesterday I went on like a 4 hour hike with someone just out of the blue, like after work and stuff. Came back at 2 a.m. It was pretty crazy. And that wasn't part of that day one friend group. That was just somebody I know. So like, and what's even better is like this person. I asked him, like, "Can you take some photos of me? I'm gonna put them up on Instagram." And I was just straight up honest. I was like, "I want to take some of these like funny aura farming pictures. Like, will you do it?" They're like, "Yeah." The other friend group, they would be like, "Oh, you're gay," you know? I'm like, "Oh, what the hell? That's gay." I'm not saying that against gay people. Like back then, people just called things gay. I'm showing my age here, but that was a thing, right? So basically, takeaway, switch up on your day ones. Goddamn camera lens cover ain't gonna make that look good. So, yeah.